Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.
We are into the second week of high school football around the Sac Joaquin section. And tonight, from the furthermost southern reaches of Sacramento County, two teams victorious in their opening week game will square off tonight and see if they can move to 2-0. Good evening and welcome to the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium here at Sheldon High School tonight. The Pleasant Grove Eagles playing host to the invading Christian Brothers Falcons. Along with the Imperator of Analysis, Hall of Famer Jim Domino, I'm Will James. We welcome you aboard. And tonight, Jim, both teams coming off overwhelming victories that put up a lot of points on the board. We should see some scoring.
I expect a lot of scoring. We got two excellent quarterbacks, two of the top in the county, and they're going to face off tonight. We're going to see who's going to be under heavy pressure at rep because they both can throw the ball. Nathan Valencia had a great week last week, tossing for 6, and of course, he's going against the big guy, Jacob Stewart, a 2-year starter now as a junior. So we expect a lot of points here, and I think this crowd is going to be treated to a great non-league football game.
Well, Christian Brothers' first-year head coach, John Wiley, is squared off with third-year head coach, Matt Costa of Pleasant Grove. They both feel that their programs are on the upswing, and they're going to have a chance to prove that this evening here at Sheldon High School. Now, they do have a wee bit of history. The last meeting between these two, about a year ago, and if you want to call it a close squeaker, it couldn't get any closer.
No, it was quite a squeaker, as you see, brothers. 26-25, the lead changing hands many times. Pleasant Grove took an early lead. Christian Brothers came roaring back in the second half. Then the Eagles scored a touchdown, came within a couple, and then the Eagle really desperation toss field goal went wide, and the Falcons prevailed 26-25 in a real thriller.
Well, I imagine that has not been forgotten by the Pleasant Grove Eagles, and we'll see if they use that for some motivation. Now, the last outings for these two teams in week 0, the first game for each squad, they both prevailed big time against underwhelming opponents.
They sure did. Christian Brothers scored early and often, routing the Titans at the big house. Falcon quarterback Stewart fired a couple of TD passes, and really that CB defense just held its own. 2 fumble recoveries, 2 picks, 2 sacks, 2 block punts. I don't know if anything else could happen to Burbank on top of it having such a small squad. So it was a really easy victory for the Falcons.
Well, on the flip side, Coach Matt Costa took his troops over to Kennedy, where he previously coached, and that was a one-sided affair as well.
Well, certainly it was. Pleasant Grove 56, Kennedy 6, and a running game clock at the end. Coach took his troops out, but Nathan Valencia The quarterback threw 6 touchdown passes to an assortment of receivers. They got a strong running back game. They went for over 500 yards and scoring 56 points. So we're going to see 2 big offenses lock up here tonight, Will.
Well, let's take a look at the impact players for each squad. There's a number of standouts, but as far as Coach Wiley's ball club and the featured Falcons, he's going to lean on these guys pretty heavy tonight.
Well, on this impact players, and they've got plenty of them. Luke Jones, a 2-year veteran, one of the top athletes in the city, 2-year starter, playing corner, outstanding wide receiver. You're going to see him carry the ball sometime in motion tonight, playing slot back. Jacob Stewart, the big 6'5" quarterback with a big gun, starting last year as a junior, threw for 1,900 yards as a sophomore on the varsity. Sawyer Hayes, a 2-way starter at tight end and defensive end, and Justin Douglas, who will run the football and is one of the better backers in the city.
Well, Coach Costa will counter with his Eagles leaders.
There, we'll start with coaches Nathan Valencia, threw for 6 touchdowns last week. Troy Kennedy, 2-way starter, wide out, defensive back. And then they're anchored by 2 of the better linebackers in the area, Brendan Sharman and Matt Nickerson, anchor that inside linebacking core for the Eagles.
Well, that's how we have it set up for you this evening. Pleasant Grove taking on Christian Brothers in Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. When we come back, we'll check in with our colleague, Lauren Goodman, who has more on tonight's big matchup.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Selfie. Nailed it.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Welcome back. We're at Sheldon High School this evening for Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Pleasant Grove playing host to Christian Brothers in tonight's featured matchup. Let's turn our attention down to field level and Lauren Goodman. What you got, Goody?
Well, this week I got an opportunity to talk to 2 different guys with 2 different styles trying to innovate and bring their programs to a different level. For the visiting Falcons, we have John Wiley coming into his first year at CB. Now, he is very familiar with the CB program as he started his coaching career out as one of the defensive coordinators. After that, he had a stint last year with CO, and then prior to his tenure at CO, he had 4 years at Davis High School as the head coach. On the other side of the ball, we have a feisty guy in Matt Costa coming into his 3rd year with Pleasant Grove, formerly the head coach at Kennedy, where he had 5 years there, and he also got them out of the dark ages and led them to the first playoff appearances in 2015 and 2016. He also had a stint at Mirror Loma High School for 3 years, where he also got Mirror Loma to meet in their first playoff appearances. These two teams are only meeting for the 2nd time tonight, and tonight is going to be no short of the expectation living up to after last year's game. In 2018, they had their first matchup, and it was a steamy drama one. Pleasant Grove jumped out of the gates 13-6, had a big lead over the Falcons. The Falcons were able to rally back 26-19, coming off Jacob Stewart's 4th touchdown of the game. Eagles drive down and score with only 4 minutes left in the game, pulling it within 26-25. Now, at the end of the game, coming down to the last seconds, the Eagles were unable to convert on a 2-point conversion, and then they were short with a wide left field goal that they were unable to make. Tonight is going to be a heated battle. Both teams have a lot to prove. Will?
Well, thank you, Lauren. That's a nice build-up to what we did figure was going to be more than just a scheduled matchup in the 2nd week of this young high school football season around the Sac Joaquin section. And Coach Domino, we've been moving the chess pieces around, studying the personnel, the coaches, styles, and so forth. And when we shaked it out, we were pretty much looking for an exciting ball game with points on the board and played close.
I agree, Will. Yes, in our discussions all week together and with the coaches, exactly. I expect a lot of points to be scored here tonight, and both teams will really be tested.
Well, as always is the case, certain factors present keys, important keys to the game, and this is no exception.
Well, let's start out with the defensive pressure on talented quarterbacks. And that's going to be, we're going to find out. Last week they didn't get any pressure in their ball games. And quarterback Stewart from CBS, quarterback Valencia 13 lit them up. So turnovers and penalties always play a factor. And then, of course, conditioning. We saw that happen in last week's game. Again, very hot and humid down on the field, Will. And we're going to see what kind of shape these teams are come around the 3rd and 4th quarter tonight.
No doubt. And 91 degrees at present. Now the matchups is even a deeper insight into this ball game, and you have studied them thoroughly.
Well, yes, I expect a big quarterback duel, like I say. They've got the receivers. The question is who's going to get the better protection. Jacob Stewart, a 2-year starter. Nathan Valencia, 2-year starter, had 6 TD passes last week. This offense of Pleasant Grove played a lot as juniors. They are veterans. They're going to be testing a young CB defense with about 8 juniors and a couple of softs playing here tonight. So that's going to be a real test on that CB defense. The Eagle receivers versus the secondary. I'll tell you, the Eagles got some good ones in Lofgren Smith and Vieira, exceptional. Kennedy, Couchot are going to really test that young secondary of brothers. 3 juniors in that lineup and only veteran Luke Jones at the corner. So what a test. Now, in terms of experience, Pleasant Grove is bringing back a lot more experience, returning 14 starters against a very underclass, heavy Christian Brothers team. And they're both suiting up almost similar numbers. Pleasant Grove is suiting up 39, and Brothers is suiting up 38.
Well, the officials are going to have their hands full monitoring this ball game, but we have a nice quintet here. Gregory Brown serving as our Whitecap referee tonight, working with umpire John Hayes. Rick Magenti, the head linesman, our line judge tonight. Marion Maroney and Barrett Cox will be our back judge. Pleasant Grove deferred after the coin toss, and Christian Brothers will receive the football to open play tonight here from the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium. Conditions are mild. The flags are hanging straight down. There's not even a whisper of a breeze to speak of, but things have cooled off nicely. Stay with us. We'll be right back for starting lineups and our opening kickoff when we return.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
The Pleasant Grove Marching Band with our national anthem this evening. We have reached that point in time. It is game time. As mentioned, Pleasant Grove will kick off to start the ball game after deferring. Christian Brothers will receive the football. Doing the kicking tonight for the Pleasant Grove Eagles, it'll be Mason Goins doing the booting. And a trio of deep receivers for Christian Brothers: Brian Garrett, Jared Hunter, Luke Jones. Pleasant Grove Eagles wearing their home red. Usually we see the navy blue from the Eagles, but that's the trim tonight. And visiting Christian Brothers, white jersey tops and their royal blue trousers and headgear. Matt Costa coaching the Eagles. And John Wiley heading the visiting Falcons. We are underway. Fielded clean by Jared Hunter, working left and cannot get outside and turn the corner. Stopped right at about the 19-yard line or so. 11 yards on the return, and that is where the Falcons will set up shop. Let's take a look at their starting O. Stewart, the highly heralded quarterback, running the show there, and some talented wide receivers he has his choice of going to, and a front line that needs to protect him tonight. Here we are in first down from the 20. They run right and it's shut down. Call it a pass. They had a completion but nowhere to go. That was very well contained laterally on the defensive left, and that defensive front four led by Jack O'Connor and Turrentine, very strong. Two backers, Nickerson and Sharman, we spoke of them earlier, and 5 deep in the secondary, including 3 safeties. Second and 10 from the 20. Stewart looks over the D, wants to throw, looks left all the way, now fires more over the middle. I don't know where that was going. The receiver fell down and a flag comes out 15 seconds late. The intended receiver, Luke Jones, tripped up on the play.
You got pass interference, defense.
Well,
15.
There's the call from Gregory Brown. It looked like an uncatchable pass. 15 yards, though.
To the play, first down.
From the 35, first and 10. A break for Christian Brothers early. Turn and give. That is stacked, jammed, and dropped. 5 defenders clogged that up, and Reed Mercer had nowhere to go. Gain of a couple.
Well, I'm impressed with the pursuit of O'Connor, Cook, Turrentine, and Chow are really off their blocks quickly getting to the football.
4 wide receivers. Turn and fake. Now fire. A low bullet. Was it bobbled? Incomplete. Oh, they did give him a catch on that. First down, Falcons. The gain to the 46-yard line, a pickup of 9. Motion in the backfield. No way in the world. Reed Mercer is wondering what fell on him. Loss of a couple on the play. Make it 2nd and 12 from the just inside the 45.
Encroachment, defense.
Second penalty, both assessed against this Pleasant Grove defense. 15 on the pass interference. Now -5. Second and about 7. They put the football right at midfield. 2nd and 6, call it. We're just underway here at Sheldon High School. Pleasant Grove in red, Christian Brothers, the visitors, in white. We've played a couple minutes, no score. Christian Brothers on the move. Motion down the line, play fake. Incomplete, well defended all the way around.
Well, they were trying to get that screen off to Mercer, but I'll tell you what, good job by Pleasant Grove. The linebackers picked it up. As we look at this, as you see the big rush, screen is on. And just a lot of traffic around there. Pretty tough to get the ball through into Mercer.
Boy, that was terrific anticipation that time by Brendan Sharman. He stepped right in the middle of that screen area and broke that up. Now a big 3rd down upcoming for the Falcons. Out of the gun, Stewart looking. Now flushed and broken up. His pass busted up Matt Nickerson. So on consecutive plays, those 2 all-star linebackers, Sharman and Nickerson, make the big plays.
Well, they did. They came through when they had to. 2 of the better ones. As we take another look at this, watch Stewart back to pass. A big rush in there by that whole front, and excellent coverage in there by, looked like Matt Nickerson once again.
That could have been considered an ill-advised throw. That defender was right there.
Well, he should have just thrown the ball away and grounded it.
Punt formation upcoming now for Brothers. A bad snap over the top, scrambling back to recover it. Hunter, a huge loss on a special team mishap. They lose 33 on the play. Great field position upcoming now, 1st and 10 for Pleasant Grove. Football parked at the Christian Brothers 17-yard line.
That's a huge break. Let's see if the Eagles can capitalize on it with that bad snap. Here they are in the red zone already.
So here's our look at Nate Valencia at quarterback. We'll set the offense for you in a moment. Turn and give. Featured back, Weinberg had a nice hole and motors for a good gain. Let's take a look at that offensive alignment now for the Eagles that put up 56 last week. We'll get to it in a moment, but right now, football is 2nd and goal from the 3. Gain of 14 that time by Weinberg. Trouble in the backfield. Valencia fires. He's got a man to the end zone, but it's overthrown, incomplete. So on offense, Nate Valencia at the quarterback position. He's coming off a 6-touchdown performance. Weinberg and the rest of them, the wide receivers, should be carefully guarded by Christian Brothers. They're excellent. And then that interior line doing a great job with protection of their quarterback. 3rd and 3 from the 10. A throw out to the left side. Vieira. Loose football and a scramble for it. And evidently a fumble recovery. I haven't had an indication. Now we finally get it from Gregory Brown. Turnover.
Well, we've had 2 turnovers already. We had the bad snap, and now we have a fumble.
Vieira made the grab. It was just a quick hitch out to the left flat. He was still bobbling and trying to control when he got hit there.
Now we talked about conditioning and turnovers, pressure on the quarterbacks, and we've seen it already.
Stewart hands off. Short yardage dive. Clock rolling here, still early in the first quarter in case you've just joined us. 8:38 to go here, no score yet. And just now, a serious threat snuffed out on the fumble by Vieira. So Christian Brothers trying to do it the hard way. Boy, oh boy, heavy pressure that time.
Stewart had a quarterback draw, and that was run all the way. There was never a pass attempt there. Only picked up a couple, barely. Puts him in a 3rd and long 6 here, Will. And there's been a lot of pressure applied here by that Pleasant Grove defense, I'll tell you that.
Well, we'll see what he wants to do with it here, deep in his territory. And somebody wants to talk it over. We got a flag being picked up here along the near sideline.
Looked like encroachment against Pleasant Grove.
Well, Gregory Brown will give us the deal here, but the start of this game a little bit edgy by both teams. Call it early game jitters if you want. A bad snap and a 33-yard loss on a punt play by Christian Brothers, then a fumble by Pleasant Grove. So here we go after another penalty marker. That was a 3rd and 1 snap right there, but
Stewart.
Man, defense. The result's going to give them a first down.
Well, they had a blitz on, and Stewart is using the off count. Okay, he's using a non-regular count, and it's drawing off Pleasant Grove D's.
1st and 10 from the Falcon 24. 4th penalty against Pleasant Grove already. Turn and give, a short yardage run. Nickerson with the tackle for Pleasant Grove.
But Douglas picked up about 5 on that one. Well, make it 4.
Justin Douglas had 4 carries last week for 17 in their big win over Burbank. 2nd and 6 from the 28. They try it again, and 2 Eagles were right there to gobble that up. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Well, right now, the interior front 4 of the Eagles, O'Connor, Cook, and Turrentine and Chow are really putting the heat on that front 5. Really, they are all over Stewart early.
Well, we were told that they have an excellent pass rush and front rush, and they certainly have shown that so far. Here's a reverse. Trying to turn the corner. Garrett Well defended, excellent lateral pursuit to the defensive right.
Well, they tried a trick play with a double reverse and did not fool the Pleasant Grove D. Once again, brothers in a punting situation here with 4th and a long 9.
Jackson Ryan to do the punting. He had one sail over his head. There's the punt, short. Pretty much a straight up bounce, angling to the sideline and out of bounds inside the Eagle 40.
Well, he picked up another 9 yards after the bounce.
So Pleasant Grove gets a stop, and they'll start with good field position here at their 39. Conditions becoming more pleasant as the evening rolls along, cooling off, and nice South Sacramento breeze keeping it comfortable. So here we go, 1st and 10. Nate Valencia running the show at quarterback for the Eagles. Looking to throw all the way. Now throws on the run. He's got a target across midfield for a 1st down. And a nice start for their offense on that 1st down play. Coach Yu with the reception, and we're going to see a lot of him tonight.
Number 25, Coach Yu, picking up a nice 1st down.
Roll, look, fire, near side, low, and incomplete. Unable to hold on to that one. Kennedy.
For Trey Kennedy. He was wide open, throw low and away. Let's look at this again. Kennedy looks like he's open. Valencia rolling half left, flush with the pocket, and a little outside and low. Catchable, though.
Second and 10, football at the CB 48. He keeps it, finds a hole and darts through it for a big 1st down, Valencia. Last week, he had 5 carries for 58. Okay, they're bringing it back. Let's take a look and maybe we can see why. The lead blocker.
Looks like a hold.
Well, maybe Gregory Brown will let us in on it.
Holding. Offense. Replay 2nd down.
So tough luck for the Eagles. 1st and 19. Or 2nd and 19. Football parked at the 43 of Pleasant Grove. All night to throw. Flushed, throws on the run. And he's got Vieira wide open. Here's a foot race. 20, 10. Touchdown Eagles. 57 yards on the catch and run. Valencia to Vieira. First blood drawn by the Eagles. Well, we have a little mini consultation out here with Gregory Brown, our referee. What's it going to be? Oh my goodness. Take away the touchdown. The line judge on the opposite side of the field evidently interjected additional information to bring about a very delayed call. Like an afterthought, you might say.
2, you said? Wheel formation. Offense. Still 2nd down.
Big penalty, 2nd and 24 from the PG 38-yard line. Tough break again. 2 penalties, 6 on the night against the Eagles here in the opening 6 minutes. Upstairs, deep right sideline, thrown away. How about that? The receiver was held up.
Well, the deep center, they threw with flag. They're going to throw interference on the secondary of Christian Brothers.
I don't think I've seen 6 penalties on one team.
Pass interference, defense.
Well, as mentioned, I would say out of 6 penalties that I've seen, 3 were delayed, including that one right there. There was one official on top of the play and then one in deep center field through the flag.
I have no explanation, Imperator. I have no answer. Nevertheless, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They break their huddle and open shop at the Christian Brothers 47. 5:05, flip side of quarter number 1. Valencia looking a cool customer back there. He unloads on the run along the far sideline, and he's got a reception. Boy, nice job that time. Kachu with the grab, his 2nd of the evening. Move the chains. Yes, they really should move the chains before they start the play. Okay, from the 37. So far, Valencia has been able to shake off the penalties and still move his team up the gut running, bites off a nice chunk. Here's another look.
Here you see Kevin Wheeler picking up approximately 5 yards on that run. Number 8, Carson Wheeler.
2nd and 5 from the 32. They run off tackle left. Tough D that time. Well, Wheeler, they go to Wheeler early in the ball game. He gets a couple on that. 3rd and 3 from the Christian Brothers 30. Full house backfield, fake, keep, incomplete. They put pressure on him that time.
They sure did. A lot of heat in there. Looked like Mercer coming hard from the outside. Outside backer Reed Mercer putting some heat on him, deflecting the ball. 4th and 2. It doesn't look like they will punt. They are definitely in good field position, and I can understand why. With a threat like Valencia who can run and throw.
Yes, he can. Longer count this time. He looks right and fires over the middle, wide open. This one's going to go the distance. Boy, that was open. It came open big time.
Jacob Koshu once again, Will.
40 yards on the catch and run. Well, I like the way Valencia leads his team. Great leadership skills. On for the PAT, going, spot, boot, on the way. Got it. Let's take another look.
Okay, there's a slant in, wide open. I'll tell you, not a lot of effort there. There's a lot of people looking at that play.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Here's the Goins kickoff. A bounder, one bounce, fielded at about the 25-yard line. Hunter trying to go wide and does. Turns the corner, sideline run, beautifully done. And he makes the Christian Brothers 45 or so. Jared Hunter.
Hunter on a nice return. Number 20, putting the Falcons in great field position here.
31 yards on that return. I can imagine quarterback Jacob Stewart feels real good about this field position here, opening from the 46.
2:20 in that last drive for Pleasant Grove, scoring quickly.
They fake it and go the other way to the near side. Nice pickup, nearly first down yardage that time, and a good carry that time by one of their more versatile backs, Luke Jones. Move the chains, 1st and 10.
Let's have a look at this here. There's a guy they got to get the ball more often to, wide open. And there you see Luke Jones, a veteran, turning the corner, picking up the first down.
From the Eagle 42, Christian Brothers on the move. They run it up the gut for short yardage. Mercer with the carry. But they push out for 3. Clock continues to roll, 2:55, late first, in case you've just stopped in. Pleasant Grove on top, 7-0 on a 40-yard touchdown connection. Valencia to Cochu, but Christian Brothers on the move. Turn and give, nice hole off the left side, close to first down yardage on the carry by Douglas.
Well, it looks like the offensive line of Brothers is starting to wake up a little bit up front. They've been, at the first part of this quarter ball game, that defense of Pleasant Grove dominated. Have a look at this. There's a give to Douglas, and he picks up about 5.
3rd and 2. Let's see what they want to do. Longer count as Stewart looks to the bench.
Well,
basically the same play, but
he ran the same play, but he only got half a yard, Will. He needed 2. Yes. He only got a half a yard.
Well, it's going to bring up 4th and a couple.
I'm a little surprised at that call, really.
Let's see what they come up with here. There it is again. And the dive might just get, I don't know.
He didn't look like it got anything
I
from
don't
it.
think so.
I'm overwhelmed.
Those 3rd and 4th down plays just had no imagination.
You have 3rd and 2.
Well, here's 4th down.
There's a give to Reed. He barely picks up a yard. He needs close to 2.
So that brings up a 1st and 10 for Pleasant Grove at their 33. Late here in the first, 1:25 to go.
Well, I'm seeing a very loose Christian Brothers defense thus far here with 1:25 left of the quarter. It looks like Valencia could take them apart. There's so many holes in that defense.
That's very accurate. Fires to the right side. He's got a short hook up there for about 5 or so. Inbounds though.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about it. It's only a quarter coming up, so he can stay in bounds and not worry about the clock. as we're only in the first quarter here, and thus far I would say that the Pleasant Grove offense is definitely dominating that first quarter.
Gain of 4 on that strike to Eli Gula. They run left and it's strung out, stacked up, and driven back. So tough D that time for Brothers. Third down and 5 from the 37. He fires left, has a strike along the sideline. First down, again, Vieira getting open. And Valencia putting it where it needs to go. Gain of 12.
Well, Vieira wide open. I just, right now the Brothers defense is playing very soft. Let's take a look at this, and quite frankly, their corners are playing very soft and giving all kind of time for Valencia.
Well, he's got time and now runs it, finds a hole, and he's straight ahead for about 7 or 8 before being driven back after getting inside the 45. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. And it turns out to be about a 7-yard run. So stay with us. More to come on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes.
Right?
I mean, like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Welcome back. We open second quarter action here from Sheldon High School in this non-league matchup. And so far, that first quarter was dominated by Pleasant Grove statistically and on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I would say so. As you look across the way, it looks like the Pleasant Grove coaches getting it all together, a little input by all the coaches.
2nd and 2 from the Christian Brothers 42. Valencia having a field day so far. Deep and wide open. Touchdown Eagles. Virtually uncovered on a strike. Eli Gula, 42 yards. His second of the game and third of the season. $13-0 as Goins will try to tack on the PAT. Chip shot on the way, got it. And let's take another look. Valencia looked that off nicely and then went to Gula on the other side, who was uncovered. Stay with us, more to come.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Here's the Goins kickoff taken outside the 10-yard line. Boom, a jarring shot to put an end to that play. It only took 9 seconds for Pleasant Grove to get into the end zone beginning the second quarter. They lead at 14-0. And Christian Brothers now really is going to have to make something happen offensively.
Well, you're absolutely right. Valencia picking them apart. Offensively, 6 for 9 passing for 122 yards and scoring easily passes. First touchdown to Couchot, second touchdown pass to Gula wide open.
And he had a 57-yard TD called back. First down, Stewart looks left, fires high, incomplete.
Well, he's got a man wide open in the seam, and he just didn't reach him. He went to the outside guy. Meanwhile, in the seam, Brian Garrett wide open. Let's look at that. It looks like he's got 2 receivers in the same place, but one of them's wide open, 7.
Second and 10 from the Falcon 26 as we just underway here in the second quarter. Triple wide receivers to the near side. But whistles are going to blow this play dead. Gee whiz, another penalty against Pleasant Grove. 7 penalties. Well, Gregory Brown had something to say about it, but we know it was another penalty. 4 of the 7 penalties offsides calls. Make it 2nd and 5 now. Turn and give. Bobby Horst with the carry. He ran for 52 yards last week.
Well, he had the most yards of any of the backs. And now we're down to 3rd and a long one. Once again, I think they've got to open it up a little bit more. They're extremely conservative on 3rd and shorts.
They show the same formation. Strong to the left. Stewart to throw. Deep ball. Receiver had a step, but it was overthrown by plenty. And again, going for Luke Jones on the play. Incomplete, now 4th and 2.
Well, I'm sure deep at this spot, the time of the game, that they'll probably punt, I would think. But, you know, it's easy from here. They're going deep. They're not throwing. The middle's wide open. Pleasant Grove is giving them the middle and the seams. For 5, 10-yard passes, he's not throwing them or not being called. It's wide open in the middle. Short, middle.
Another penalty.
I believe that's penalty 8. Is that correct?
It's number 8, yes.
Are they getting close to somewhere between 50 and 75 yards?
Down.
Hard to believe. 1st and 10 from the 44. Little mini screen out to the right side.
Well, they picked up 5, and as I mentioned in the previous drive, Will, they need to go more than that. You know, they need to throw the quick screens, the short passes, the look-ins, the seams are wide open, the slant ends.
Garrett with the grab. He does get 5, make it 2nd and 5. Spotted at the 49-yard line. Early here in the second, 10.5 to go. Strike out to the right side. Virtually no gain on the play.
Well, when they're running that pass to the 2 receiver side, Will, they're supposed to run it like a pick play. They're supposed to block for one another, and they're missing the block, so he's not getting anything more than a couple of yards.
They give him 1 on the play. We'll make it 3rd and 4 from midfield at the 10-minute mark early here in the second. Stewart brushed hard, throws over the middle, incomplete. What happened? The pass interception, he scooped it. Wow, that was
an interception all the way.
Off the hands of Sawyer Hayes. I guess. But this has been a less than impressive beginning for Mr. Stewart. Off his hand and picked.
Well, not a good start. Sawyer Hayes.
Sharman had the interception. Those linebackers are really standing out. Sets up a 1st and 10 for Valencia in company from their own 48. Turn and give. Right side run, nice cut. A little speed that time. With the carry, Cade Cooper. Little mini back. He runs for 9.
Let's have another look at this. There's a give to Cooper. He bounces outside. Not going to reach and grab this guy. He picks up a nice gain there, picking up almost 10 yards.
Well, they do give him the first down, apparently. Is it? No, not quite. 2nd and a foot. Football now at the what are they going to do? Measure? Or just get the chain crew together? Now, if they're going to eyeball it and it's that short of a distance, they should come out and measure. Golly. So a stoppage here for a measurement at the 9:46 mark. 14-0. Pleasant Grove on top.
Well, while they're measuring, Will, I want to say this about, in all due respect to the offense of Pleasant Grove, but to me defensively, Christian Brothers is playing very soft tonight. I don't see any aggressiveness on their part. And as a result, Valencia is getting plenty of time to throw. And he's got receivers wide open that are running by people. They're not rerouting anybody, and they're not putting heat on the quarterback. It could be a long night for Brothers if they don't change.
No doubt. 2nd and 3/4 of an inch to go for a first down. Wonder what they're going to do. Cooper in the backfield next to Valencia, who's got the pill. Throws deep, left corner, overthrown, deflected, and incomplete. It was a mix-up on that route, apparently.
Well, it should have been a pick. If you see the play again, the Christian Brothers receiver, defender is right there. Right there. All you got to do is catch the football.
Max Lofren Smith, the intended receiver. 2 receivers in the area. Looked like some contact there. So it brings up a 3rd and 1 from the Christian Brothers 42-yard line. Falcons trailing it here 14-0, can ill afford to give up another score. They smack it and get the first down easily. Pick up a 4 on the play, move the chains. And the football now at the Christian Brothers 38-yard line. Well, I really like the way Valencia leads his team. He does it with authority and confidence. Mix up in the backfield, and he keeps it. Drags a guy, and finally dropped after about a 5-yard run. He had a little run-in with Carson Wheeler there in the backfield. Check it out.
Well, I'm impressed with his athleticism, Will. I was down next to him on the field. He looks like a talented wide receiver, and he's a heck of an athlete or a basketball player, really. He's very athletic.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. He fires out to the left side, and he's got another hookup and another first down. pinpoint strike.
Well,
Delivered that time to Max Lofgren-Smith.
Well, the corners are off. They're not acting like they're playing cover 2. And let's look at it again, and you'll see he's got all day to throw, and the corners are off. The linebackers are not getting over, so he should be able to take them apart unless they change up.
We'll see. From the left hash mark, 1st and 10 from the 20. He wants to go upstairs to the right corner. Caught. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove. A 20-yard strike.
Well, they got a young sophomore cornerback, Detling, who's getting picked on.
Trey Kennedy did the picking. That makes it 20. Here's Goins trying for the PAT, but whistles, I think, are going to create a do-over situation here. Kennedy had 2 touchdown catches last week. And there's a third one just now.
Valencia having a good first half, 8 for 12, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns. What a first half. And looking at the corner play and looking at the lack of pressure by the front people, Valencia this is like homecoming for him.
Well, Coach Matt Costa praised his offensive line for providing superior protection for their quarterback. Let's take a look at the last touchdown.
Okay, let's see Nathan back to pass. Nathan Valencia all day, going to the corner. The back turned on a play and wide open. Kennedy picking on that young sophomore Detling, whose back was turned on the play.
Well, they took advantage on that play. And as you say, Valencia is just having a superior first half so far. Not sure why the delay here in the PAT, another officials conference. They even had to come to the sideline to answer questions from Matt Costa.
Well, it's nice if we get some mechanics.
What are those?
Look at this drive. Amazing. 41 yards in 7 plays, 2 minutes and 5 seconds, quickly scoring. Thank you, Rob.
Spot, boot, and got it. 7:53 of the second, 21-0, and here's how it happened, because this quarterback has all night to throw, and Valencia throws strikes. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Mason Goins set to kick off after Pleasant Grove's third touchdown here of the first half. And a marvelous passing display by Nate Valencia.
Well, right now, Brothers has got to do something. They're 21 down, 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second quarter here. They'd like to at least put one on the boards and have a shot and something to talk about during the halftime intermission. Quite frankly, it's been all the home team, Pleasant Grove, here in the first quarter and a half. And Brothers needs to get something to go on offense. As you see in their drives, they have really quickly 220, 205. The last drive, 134, and quickly scoring.
Okay, Goins with the kickoff, and it sails deep, and they're going to come out with it. Hunter dropped near the 15-yard line on a solo tackle. As a result, poor field position for Jacob Stewart and the Falcons. They opened from the 16-yard line, trailing 21-0 midway here in the second. Well, I do believe this is the kind of a start by Pleasant Grove that might alter the game plan of Christian Brothers.
Very definitely, they've got to find a way to put some points on the board. Let's see what he can do here.
He turns and hands off. The give to Bobby Horst.
Bobby Horst in that backfield replacing Douglas, picks up about 5. Now they generally start that with a dive or a quick hitter. And now he's got his receiver one-on-one here, both of them his tall receiver.
They stay on the ground with it. They're shy of a first down, but they do make the 25-yard line.
Well, Coach Wiley right now with a half yard to go, 3rd and a half yard.
Nothing doing. Well, Horst had no chance on that.
No, the defensive front is just handling. The defensive front is just Pleasant Grove. Drew Cook, O'Connor, Turrentine, looking at Chow, are doing the job in there.
They even lose a yard, make it 4th and 2 from the 24.
Watch number 70, Tomlin, is having a field day. Tomlin.
Stewart looking to the Christian Brothers sideline for instruction. And they're going to have to burn up a timeout here at 6:13, midway second. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We resume play after the called timeout by Christian Brothers, looking at a 4th and 2 from their own 24, down by 21. Right side run, and he's got enough this time. They do power up for the first down. Move the chains and a fresh set.
Well, that's one of the few times they've made it on 4th and short. They haven't made it many of those tonight.
Justin Douglas with the carry. So it brings about a 1st and 10 at the 27. Gain of 3. Low snap, he's down to get it. Fire left, he's got Jones, who's well covered by 2 defenders, but he slips away for additional yardage and nearly a first down.
Well, one of the few holdovers from last year, a good all-around athlete, really, Luke Jones. They've got to get the ball to him. Got to put the ball in his hands. And the short passes, he doesn't need much time. Here he is, quick out. Slips away, moves the chains.
Did a nice job warding off 2 defenders, including Vieira there. So they work from the 38. A bullet over the middle, incomplete, going for Jones.
Jones wide open.
He knew it too. Incomplete. Second.
It looked to me like Stewart rushed himself that time. I didn't see pressure doing it. He really rushed himself. He's been getting so much pressure that really he's got to just let the play take its play, let it run out.
On 2nd and 10. He rolls and fires. A nice hook up, and he's got a first down.
As I mentioned, he's going to Jones again. He's got a premier receiver in Jones. And he's throwing short. That's what he's got to be in that 5, 7, 8, 10-yard zone. He can get the ball out in 2 seconds and less, he'll complete it.
1st and 10 from midfield. 5:43 to go here in the first half. Over the middle. A lot of traffic. Incomplete.
Looks like somebody got a hand on that ball.
They did. 2nd and 10. Let's see if we can pick it out.
Okay, here's pressure coming up in here. And there's a hand on one of the inside linemen with a hand up getting a piece of it.
Tough D. That defensive line has been terrific tonight.
Well, yeah, I give them a lot of credit. And then you have two great backers like Nickerson and Sharman behind them.
Deep throw, right sideline over everybody's head. Penalty marker dropped.
Looked like roughing the passer to me.
I think so. Does that make 10? 10 penalties?
Holding. Offense.
How about that? Knocked me over with a feather. The penalty is against Christian Brothers, a major penalty of holding. Second and 22. They're operating from the 38-yard line. Incomplete, overthrown. That's been the predominating factor on Stewart's passing tonight.
Very definitely. He went once again. I know they've got 3rd and long, and he's trying to get all of it. And quite frankly, they're running once again the long routes, trying to get a first down. But he had a thing going there where he was nickel and diming them for a few downs, and then they went away from it when they got the holding penalty.
Christian Brothers just looks very lackluster, lackadaisical, and out of sync. Stewart rolls this way, fires, incomplete. Nice breakup.
We're going to have an interference call.
Well, there's a brigade of coaches over there that cannot be too pleased with their team's performance at this point. On that last pass.
Not at all, no.
Well,
It's interference, defense.
that makes 10. 10 on Pleasant Grove, 1 on.
Well, it sure it is. Coach Costa, he's got to be very pleased. You see Coach Matt Costa and his staff with his Eagles playing with a lot of confidence tonight, running the football and passing. Valencia showing great leadership and real command presence. Got a nice arm, making good decisions.
Despite the penalty, it's not a first down, 3rd and 7. Turn and they go right side run. Turn the corner with big speed. Nobody's going to get to him, are they? I don't know what happened on that right sideline over there.
No, he stepped out of bounds.
But that had to be it because nobody even pursued him. He was out on the 36-yard line. Thank you, Rob. And first down. So he makes the first down, nothing further. And that comes at the 5:13, flip side of quarter number 2. This has been a very strange game in many ways.
I guess we wondered how he danced in the end zone so untouched, Will, huh?
That's right. So Stewart looks left all the way and fires deep. He's got a man out there, and it's incomplete. Solo coverage.
Yeah, that's too bad the ball was there that time. He's been overleading. John Berger with the intended receiver, well covered, but catchable. Once again, catchable. Let's have a look. This time to throw. You see Berger going to the corner, extending.
The right hand of Vieira got in there and disrupted that play with a little deflection.
I'll tell you, Tomlin didn't start the game, but 70 is a big load. He's listed 195. He looks 295 to me.
Yes, he does. They run right. It's pretty well defended. And Berger, I should say Reed Mercer. It's the 14th play of the drive. It's been time-consuming for sure, but back and forth on the penalties have really stalled things out for Christian Brothers.
Well, O'Connor over there doing a job. O'Connor is going to fill out. He's 6'7", 240, number 77. I'll tell you, he's very rangy. He looks almost like a tight end, Will, and he runs extremely well, number 77.
3rd and 9. Stewart fires incomplete, a drop on the play, intended for Jones, and some of the coverage there by Kachu in the secondary. 4th and 9.
Well, that ball was right there, and you rarely see an experienced player like number 10 Jones drop one.
So timeout taken here, comes at 4:26. Stay with us. We're going to come right back.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearance side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops. Visit lookgoodfeelbetter.org to find a free workshop near you. Let Look Good, Feel Better help you feel like you again.
A key 4th and 9. Christian Brothers trying to sustain, trying to get on the board, trailing 21-0 here late in the half. Right sideline, deep throw, incomplete.
Well, a good job there defensively. They forced Jones to be out of bounds. They used the field very wisely over on that far side. An excellent job by number 25 on defense, Jacob Couchot. Excellent. He used the field to his advantage. There was nowhere for Jones to run his route.
Well, the quarterbacks coming into this game were highly heralded based on first game performances, and we might have to come back to this, but both Stewart and Valencia had stellar outings in their victories last week, but only one of those is doing it tonight so far. 1st and 10 from the 35. Pleasant Grove with the football. And again, they go back to Carson Wheeler, gain of about 4.
Well, I notice here tonight, beside Weinberg starting the game at the halfback spot, number 32, I've seen Wheeler and Couchot, and I've seen number 3 also Cooper getting his carries.
So Wheeler had some room to roll and looked like it could have been a big one, but he came to an abrupt halt when he got tagged hard in the secondary by Christian Brothers defensive back Vea. who had the premium day last week. 2 block punts, a safety, etc. Third and 1 from the 44. And that's a first down carry, almost to midfield before being contained.
Well, once again, the Eagles moving. Wheeler with another run, moving the chains, running right at him. Here you see Wheeler running right over some of the white jerseys there, and quite frankly, hard-nosed running by those backs of Alexander, Fonts, Cooper, Wheeler, Weinberg.
Valencia keeps it and turns up for a few yards before getting pounded. Give him 4 on the play as he's dropped in Christian Brothers territory at the Falcon 47.
I know that Pleasant Grove is content, instead of scoring quickly, to utilize everybody on this drive and come away just before the half with another insurance TD. Watch them very carefully on this drive. They're executing and they're not in a hurry.
2nd and 6. Looks left all the way and fires a high strike, grabbed. It's first down yardage. Wow, tough to bring down. I'm very impressed with Max Lofton-Smith on that.
Very much.
Move the chains.
Once again, excellent throw. Throwing on time. Watch how loose the corner's playing. All very loose. He's still not there. He was back 8 to 10 yards.
2 timeouts left if Pleasant Grove is so disposed. Right now, they're moving beautifully from the Christian Brothers 35 with a first down. Just over 2 minutes left in the half. He rolls and fires another reception and up the sideline for additional yardage. Beautifully done that time. Eli Gula with his 3rd grab of the game, first down.
Sophomore Avante Lee, number 31, playing the corner. Let's look at this again. As Valencia rolls, not much pressure, wide open, number 17, and a tackle made by Lee, but the corners are letting them have carte blanche, 5-8 yards pass plays.
Well, timeout on the field. It comes at 1:59 remaining, late here in the first half. So stay with us. We're going to come right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
What?
Welcome back. We're within 2 minutes of the halftime, but Pleasant Grove is threatening again. They're banging on the door from the Christian Brothers 25-yard line, already leading it 21-0 in a very high-powered offensive display.
Well, right now, Christian Brothers rushing 3, and Valencia is taking advantage of it.
Well, he ran it himself and bites off a nice chunk as the clock rolls at the 1:40 mark. Gain of about 7.
Well, if they continue to stay in that 3-man front, let's look at it. If they stay in that 3-man front, Will, they could run all day. They're dropping 8 in the coverage.
So far, the Christian Brothers defense has not had answers for this Eagles offense.
1:20 to go here, and Valencia looking at the clock.
He fires right to the sideline. He could have got out of bounds, but tried to get additional yardage. Eli Gula with the grab. Clock stopping at 1:03. Yeah, he could have stepped out of bounds pretty easy on this. Timeout taken on the field. And here's the catch And a good tackle by Jones there, not letting him get away. So right now, you could say Christian Brothers has the Falcons with their backs to the wall. And as far as the outcome of tonight's game, they need a stand right here, bad.
Well, they do. They're down 21-0. If they give up another score here, going to the half down 3 to possibly 4 touchdowns, the way they're playing, that's going to be tough to make up. And as you mentioned, Will, they don't seem to be playing with a lot of energy tonight. They seem to be a step short wherever they go. And certainly Stewart is not having the game that he had last week. He's been under heavy duress in the first quarter, but even in the second quarter, he's not hitting his people who are open.
Upcoming the 9th play of this drive. 1:03 left in the half. It's a 1st and 10 from the 11. Valencia keeps, goes to the corner. Touchdown, Eagles. An 11-yard scamper.
I love the fake inside. Wow. He sold that fake. Sold that fake. If we see the replay, everybody tackle the halfback.
Now there he is, a good look at Valencia right there. He's engineered this offense just tremendous tonight. 3 TD passes and a rushing touchdown himself as Goins comes on for the PAT. And he's got it, he's 4 for 4. And here's Valencia taking it himself.
Okay, there's a fake inside to Wheeler. He keeps it himself. The running lane's wide open, and the DBs are not trying to tackle him either.
We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Mason Goins with the bounding kickoff following the 4th touchdown by Pleasant Grove. Fielded and returned to about the 35-yard line. And that's where Christian Brothers will start their series of downs with 50 seconds to go.
On that last drive, they ran 9 plays for 65 yards, took 4 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock, and scoring their 4th touchdown to go ahead 28-0 here, Will. A nice drive, probably their longest drive of the night in terms of the clock. Number 13, Valencia, having a huge night. Just a huge night, 11 for 15, 183, and having a good night rushing as well.
Stewart winds up, unloads, incomplete. Well, I think Stewart may have lost some confidence the way this game has gone in the first half. When they came out to warm up at the beginning of the evening, they looked like world beaters, all kinds of energy.
Well, they did. They had the energy on the pregame, yes.
Now it could be in the hands of the coaches whether they reignite that energy. I have no explanation. I'll leave that to Gregory Brown.
Well, our stat man, Robbie, said he picked up a Mechanica. I guess I missed it, Will.
Well, 45 seconds left in this half. Triple wide receivers come to the near side for the Falcons, and Stewart fires out there wide but grabbed.
Once again, Luke Jones.
He's the only one playing ball out there for them right now.
Right now, he is. And Stewart is going to him, and they've got, hopefully, those other people will make an effort.
I hope that's not serious. Maybe just a leg cramp, I hope, but we don't like to see injuries.
Luke Jones, a veteran man, apparently cramped up on here, and the trainers are working on him.
Let's see where he might have pulled that. Get a replay here, and there's the slant. Well, Nickerson finished off the tackle there, but he's still getting stretched out on the field and might have to sit out.
He's going to have to sit out at least one. He may sit out the half.
Tough luck for an outstanding student athlete there.
Looked like defensive coordinator going to work there for the Pleasant Grove. Really, their D coordinator doing an outstanding job now for the Eagles.
.36 seconds remaining. 2nd and 13 for the Falcons from their 32. Look right and fire right. Got an open receiver out of bounds, incomplete. Third and 13. Well, thus far the dueling quarterback scenario we thought might evolve has not. One of them has played up to the billing.
Yeah, very definitely Nathan has. As we look at the big arm lacking accuracy, I agree that he's got a big arm, but quite frankly, he's overthrown receivers constantly tonight.
They run the football on a rare occasion and make the 40-yard line. Less than 20 seconds remaining in the half.
Here's number 40 here. Robert Horst out of the backfield with a nice reception.
The football at the 40, but this half has concluded, apparently, as Christian Brothers made no effort to hustle up and try for one more play.
No, they have time, but I don't know why they waited so long to stop the clock. And why they waited so long to call a timeout.
4th down and 5.
4th down.
But they let the remaining time virtually expire, so. Be interesting to be in that huddle right now and hear the message with 9/10 of a second left here in the half.
Well, you see a lot of confidence in the home side of the field with Coach Costa's Eagles working around defensive coordinator Macias and doing a great job for the defense tonight. Steve Macias calling defensive signals. And I'd say this, they're dropping 8, Will, right here as you see. Dropping 8 into coverage in a 3-man rush.
Jones back into the ball game, so we're happy to see that. He wears number 10 in the slot on the far side.
Here's where you're worried about the pick.
Hail Mary time if he has time. There's the pick, almost. Kennedy had the chance at it, but this half is concluded, and it has been one-sided to say the very least. It has been all Pleasant Grove here, to the tune of 28-0 at the intermission, and a most impressive team performance by Matt Costa's ball club. Well, shortly we'll catch up with Lauren Goodman. She is trying to round up Coach John Wiley, who may not be in the mood for an interview at this time, but I see them now coming across the field. We had an excellent crowd turnout by both schools, and happy to hear that. And certainly those 2 one-sided victories last week didn't hurt that. But It's also very comfortable conditions after a torrid afternoon with the temperature at game time was 96.
Well, yeah, it is better. And like you said, as big a student body showing here tonight that I've seen, and we've been here many times, Will, here to Pleasant Grove Sheldon Stadium. A great turnout and backing.
Well, let's go ahead and refocus, turn our attention down to field level. And Lauren Goodman, what you got, Goody?
Well, I'm here with Coach John Wiley. Coach, not the start you wanted to come out with. How do you control the Pleasant Grove offense right now?
Well, first thing, we got to have a better offense. We got to get our defense off the field. We got to give them a little bit more support. They've been on the field way too long. They're tired. We got to figure out a way to move the ball offensively, and we got to be able to score.
Now, I know you got a lot to talk to your team about, but what are the immediate things that you want to touch on as you get back to your team?
One of the things that we got to, like I told you earlier in the week, our thing this year is finish. So how do we respond when we have adversity? We're going to be able to come back, not look at the score, and how do we finish? This is a very young team. Wins and losses I'm not really worried about. What I want to know about, do we have a fight? And so that's what I got to figure out.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Will.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, a little economical on words, but I think he covered it sufficiently. And let's see what happens come the second half. But right now, it's Pleasant Grove rocking and rolling here on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week, leading at 28-0 at the half. We encourage you to stay with us because we'll have lots more to come during the halftime.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Selfie. Nailed it.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearance side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops. Visit lookgoodfeelbetter.org to find a free workshop near you. Let Look Good, Feel Better help you feel like you again.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Well, after a first half of football, Christian Brothers 0, Pleasant Grove 28, and I'm here with the athletic director for Pleasant Grove High School, Scott Graydon. Coach, you come out here, got a great crowd. How has it been at Pleasant Grove and the culture there?
Well, you can see there's a lot of pageantry here. Our student section is alive, great energy. The line was literally around the corner to get in here. So there's a lot of excitement, and you can see these seniors, this group of kids playing varsity football for Pleasant Grove. They really like each other. They're really serious about what they're doing, and they want to be successful.
But we see football came out really hot, and there's other fall sports going on right now. What's happening on the campus of Pleasant Grove?
Well, our volleyball team, they just had a great match against Whitney High School, and they've started the season off doing well. Our cross-country team's holding their own meet at our school tomorrow. There's 21 teams. We're running across country. Our girls golf team, we just beat Lincoln of Stockton last week, and they had this week off to do some fundraising, but they're going to be back at it again next week. And our girls tennis team, they started with Florin. They had a 9-0 win against Florin, so everybody's off and running, and the energy is high, and we're having a lot of fun.
Well, with such a great start for the year, what do you accredit to that change in the culture?
I don't know that there's been a change in the culture. I mean, football is probably our biggest change, but I really credit the coach, Matt Costa, and the group of kids. They really want to be something special. They want to be successful. When I took over, I was up there in the summer. I was really impressed with how hard they worked, but how much they like each other. I mean, if one guy cheered, everybody cheered. If someone had a good play, everybody celebrated. There was no selfishness, there's no ego. And I really credit the coaching staff for that. They really took this group under their wing. They decided they wanted a different experience, and they made it happen.
Well, I talked to Coach this week, and we talked a lot about that change in experience and things that are going on really special with the football team this year. But as an athletic director, how do you support the vision of the coaches and then trickling down to the athletes?
Well, we meet and we communicate a lot, and we talk about what it is to be a winner rather than just winning, and how you develop that culture. So really, it's more of them just going through the process for themselves, and I'm just supporting them. You know, I've had 30 years of coaching experience. I've had some really unique experiences and some success, and I'm trying to draw from my successes and failures to help them, maybe give them some ideas, but truly this is their credit, this is what they've done, and I'm just there to support them in any way I can, help them be successful.
Well, it seems like it's going really well for you so far. Here at the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium, it is, Christian Brothers 0, Pleasant Grove 28.
These are cool. Did you, what did
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert? Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Selfie. Nailed it.
Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Welcome back. We are at the intermission here at Sheldon High School in Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. At the break, Pleasant Grove leading visiting Christian Brothers 28-0 in a one-sided affair, to be sure. Let's take a look now at the weekly rankings prepared by the Imperator himself and Domino's Dozen.
Well, let's start with Folsom Idle versus Jesuit. They're playing as we speak here, both teams being Idle. Folsom number 1 and also ranked high in the state and nation. Oak Ridge, of course, number 2. Coach Cavalier having another great team. Monterey Trail, we saw them last week, outstanding defense. Capital Christian under Casey Taylor, once again a powerhouse. Intercom, once again with Terry Stark in there, and then the team I talked about last week, Rockland, having a huge win in their opener. Del Oro, Placer once again with Joey Montoya leading the way. Granite Bay, Davis having a huge win over Grant last week. Jesuit having to go into Folsom and play them, and Yuba City trying to hold their own in that league. That's the top 12. And as we look in the red zone, Castro Robley going great. Center with a huge win over Rio Linda. Rio Linda hopefully to rebound tonight versus over at Casa. Colfax with Tony Martella at the home going once again successful. Bear River under Terry Loeb. Elk Grove. And here you're looking at number 19, Pleasant Grove, not looking like a 19. And Christian Brothers following that going into this contest.
On the bubble, Roseville, Vista, Franklin, Pondo, and Rio. And there is Domino's Dozen. Let's send it down to field level and Lauren Goodman.
Well, now I'm here with Coach Matt Costa. Coach, you guys came out explosive. A lot of penalties in that first quarter, first half. How do you make that adjustment?
Well, I mean, we just got to go back to the fact that we got to be in the moment and understand that, hey, you know what, if they're trying to draw us off sides once and we've done it, they're going to continue to do it. So we really need to just focus on the ball and make sure that we're not listening to the snap count, we're watching ball movement and moving on ball movement.
Now, Coach, you guys kind of been in this situation now 2 weeks in a row, big-time lead at the half. How do you keep your guys focused?
Well, we just got to come out and continue to be physical. It's 28-0. In my mind, it's nothing, right? I mean, when you had a ball club that was 0-10, you can't take anything for granted. So in our mindset, it's nothing. It's a new ball game. So.
Well, Coach, good luck in the second half. Will.
Thank you, Lauren. Guarded optimism. I can go for that. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Welcome back. We are on the brink of opening second half action here as Pleasant Grove is standing on a 28-0 lead over visiting Christian Brothers. Both teams have had their halftime discussions and back to the drawing board for John Wiley and the Falcons. They just were unable to put anything together. Credit the Pleasant Grove defense. They were as excellent as the offense that was dynamic in that first half, led by quarterback Nate Valencia. One of the better first halves I've seen. 3 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. Not too many flaws or mistakes in that first half other than the penalties, but it's a new half, and according to head coach Matt Costa, a new game.
Well, you got to think that way as a coach because, you know, the first 2 quarters are over, and you won the first half. And now who's going to win the second half? And that's excellent halftime talk by Coach Costa, having a few stops before he got here, and now is not the young coach on the block anymore.
No, he's not. Previous seasoning at Mariloma for 5, at Kennedy for 3. And this is his 3rd year with the Eagles. And as Coach Scott Graydon, the AD, mentioned, they've really got something special going on in a sense of purpose and camaraderie.
Well, I like to see that because so many of the players today are about themselves. It's nice to hear when teammates root for teammates and depend on one another because it is a team game. And the things that Coach Graydon mentioned that he saw going on during the summer program were things that I like to hear as an old coach, that they were together.
Well, let's take a look at the first half stats. And there they are.
Well, there they are. Look at the rushing here. Definitely Pleasant Grove all the way in every phase of the game. 183 yards passing. Total offense 250 versus 114, even though they've had less downs. 43 downs to 34 downs. First downs are even. That's about the only thing even. Penalties, Pleasant Grove getting hit by 64 yards of penalties, but I have to say that only 2 of the penalties have been against their offense. The rest of it has been the other way. 5 of the 10 first downs that Brothers have are via penalties, so half of their first downs by penalties. So, quite frankly, not only the scoreboard they're in front, but in most categories other than first downs, and that's deceiving because half of the first downs Brothers has by the benefit of penalty.
Well, some confusion here to open the second half on the kickoff by Christian Brothers. Another officials discussion at midfield.
I think he touched it before I hit 10.
That is the question. Did it go the necessary distance? I guess John Wiley's crew down 28. Let's go ahead and roll the dice and gamble some more with an onside kick. But we'll leave it to the head man here, Gregory Brown.
We have personal foul here. It is going to be first down this way.
Was that a satisfactory description?
Yeah, and not only that, somebody must be putting him on a time meter for the length of the description. My goodness. Apparently a hold of illegal use of hands here taking place here at the start of the second half. A personal foul to the head apparently was what he was trying to tell us, but he never got that far, did he?
I'm not sure, but we got an Eagle laying out here on the 35-yard line, incapacitated.
Well, apparently we've got a blow to the head here to put him that way.
Certainly hate to see that. So Lauren Goodman, I'm sure, will be able to ascertain some information. But this game definitely has taken another weird turn as we open second half play with this delay. Our officiating crew, there's Vieira with a limp off. That is unfortunate. I don't even want to speculate. Matt Costa right there. He had a whale of a ball game. Go, dog it.
Well, he is. He's an outstanding player, outstanding receiver, two-way starter. Nathan Vieira.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for Valencia and the Eagles, opening from their 36. First play from scrimmage here in the third quarter. He runs left, stymied, surrounded, and dropped, and another flag flies. Okay, Gregory Brown. I think we're up to penalty number 12 against Pleasant Grove. Major walk-off.
Still first down.
Holding. Here we go. 1st and 22 from the 21. Valencia over the middle, a slant, thrown short.
Looked like a trap ball. Wow.
He scooped it. Nice job there by Kachu. Hurry up offense, no huddle. Let's see what happens.
Once again, notice how open he was, Will? There's nobody within 5 yards.
2nd and 12 from the 28. Double wideouts left and right. Over the middle, a bullet, high but caught. Nice job there. Shy of a first, but they're getting closer. That time, rangy Max Loughran-Smith with the grab.
Well, he's got a core of receivers in Loughran-Smith, Vieira, who's injured right now, Kennedy, and of course, Couchot.
On 3rd and 3, they run it. They're close, but maybe not quite there. Crossing the 45 to about the 46. They're going to be right there. Maybe
well, he
about
got
the spot.
He got a good mark from the field judge on the far side.
Well, let's see how they're going to call it.
The field judge on the far side gave him a great spot. I should say the linesman, excuse me.
Another measurement.
The head linesman.
So despite a dozen penalties against them this evening, Nate Valencia has taken them off the hook with just masterful play calling and execution by his teammates. Let's check in with Lauren Goodman.
Well, on that last play, Vieira got hurt, but it is a cramp only. We saw 2 cramp injuries thus far, and even though the night is cool during the day, it is very dry, and players are becoming dehydrated. Let's keep an eye out on it. Will.
Thank you very much. Glad to hear that, Lauren. A cramp, certainly there's more serious injuries, so hope we see him later in the game. Meantime, it was a first down, and they'll work from their 46. Valencia has an open man, over the shoulder catch. Nice job right there, Jacob Kachu.
Well, that's impressive. That is impressive. He came over the top, extended his arms, I'll tell you, and he caused separation between him and the defender.
26 yards, and here's how they did it.
All right, plenty of time to throw. Looks good. Coach Yo with over the top. Beautiful.
1st and 10 from the Christian Brothers 28-yard line. What do we see here along the sideline now? Another fallen player. Gee whiz. One of the Christian Brothers defenders just fell down. So we'll eyeball that for you and see how that shakes out. But
that's a nice 26-yard gain. Just Valencia towing the needle there, right there in Couchot's hands.
Well, during this brief stoppage, we can see the offense huddled around the coordinator there. There's Couchot. And see, Jones again had the earlier cramp and shook it off and cramped up again just now. So
he might have to sit out one.
I think so. He's going to come out of the game. Well, if I recall correctly, conditioning was one of your keys, and so far we've seen, what, 4 players?
At least 4. Yeah, 4 or 5 go down with cramps, etc. At this time of the year, it's common, and when you look at the conditioning is a key factor early in the season, Will, and we're seeing it last week as well as this week. You've got to keep taking that water and vitamins, etc. during the week. Load up as much as you can before the contest.
So young Avante Lee is coming in to play the corner for Jones. It'll be interesting to see if Valencia and company try to go right at the replacement.
Well, they did before. They did go right at Avante Lee before, and they also went at Detling. Number 41 played there as well as 31, and they went right to them in the corner. Both of them got turned around, by the way, with their backs to the play.
Well, as we see here, it's an epidemic. Jones didn't make it to the sideline. That's more serious than we thought. And Coach Wiley over there to check on his senior leader. And if that's not enough of an alert about hydration, then I don't know what would be. It's really hit hard tonight. So we're ready to roll here on 1st and 10 from the 28. Valencia has the Eagles moving again. And he sends triple wide receivers to the left. And Couchot one-on-one with the replacement over here.
They may go to him right now on the fade. They may fake to the back, go to the fade.
They run it to the right. He picked up a block and to the sideline. Nice job by Wheeler right there to maximize that.
Well, I like the way how he runs. He gets vertical, Will. And I'll tell you, if you see the replay, Couchot took care of the corner. Couchot, 17 yards on that run. But watch Couchot's holding that corner.
Broken tackle there. Nice hard running. Boom.
I like the way this Wheeler runs.
From the 11-yard line, 1st down. They run it up the middle to the goal line. Touchdown, Eagles.
Wheeler. North-south Wheeler. North-south Wheeler. Wow, very impressive.
Well, they haven't been stopped tonight except by penalties, you might say. 34-0. They get their 2nd rushing touchdown. And Mason Goins has been a busy man with the PAT department. High snap, spotted clean, booted, and got it. At 9:52, early 3rd, 35-0, and here's the tough running by Wheeler before we go to break.
Look at him. 5'9", 210, Will. He runs tough inside.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Up to
40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Pleasant Grove rolling 35-0. Here's the Goins kickoff. Shot to the 8-yard line or so. And great downfield coverage to smother that run back outside the 20. Just terrific downfield coverage and a tough way to go for Brian Garrett on the return.
That last drive for the touchdown for the Eagles was 8 plays, 64 yards, and a quick 2 minutes, 7 seconds with the Wheeler 11-yard touchdown. Will, they sure moved it fast.
They surely did, and here's another downed player. Boy, oh boy. Another cramping situation, so the beat goes on and the list gets longer. Where's the Gatorade?
Yeah, the Gatorade and water and more water. But you got to take that before the game and days before the game and not during the game, just during the game.
Well, I know you were a strict disciplinarian on that type of policy in the player's best interest.
Well, without a doubt. When you think back early in my career when we didn't know much about all those things and we held back the water relative to their play, but as time marched on, when you start losing players that get dehydrated, boy, you better learn fast.
1st and 10 from the 25. That was Justin Douglas who just went off the field with the cramp.
Well, we have a new quarterback in the ball game.
Yes, we do. I was wondering about that, Devin Hall. So that's a story in itself.
Well, Devin Hall, sophomore, in the ball game, replacing 2-year starter Jacob Stewart. Let's see what Hall can do.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Fake the run, throw on the run, and miss Jones, incomplete. 3rd and 10. Last week in their 64-0 blitz of Burbank, Hall came into the ball game 4 for 6 for 44 yards.
Well, it's against a little different team that he's facing here tonight.
Yeah. On 3rd and 10, deep up the middle, or I should say right sideline, out of bounds on the throw.
Well,
4th and 10.
What's happening? The Pleasant Grove corners are doing an outstanding job between Okuwasa and also Vieira when he's in the game. They reroute people, and they're taking those wide receivers outside, forcing them out of bounds and using the field to their advantage. Will, the corners of the Eagles are doing a tremendous job.
And the Eagles have got a couple subs deep in the secondary. Cole Slagle, 14 at the safety position, and Cooper's in there at a deep safety, number 3. Punt formation. Pretty good punt, bounding at the 40, and it's going to die near the 35 or 36, and that's where Pleasant Grove will take over. 1st and 10.
Well, Pleasant Grove is in no hurry to score points. They got 35 points. They're beginning to use a few players, and I know this. If this game gets out of hand, Coach Costa will not be hesitant to use some backup players because there's a long season ahead.
And of course he had a opportunity to do that last week as well. So Valencia in there, and he's got Alexander in the ball game behind him. He throws out to the right side for a completion. Nice little bite on first down, and the throw goes to Kennedy for about 7.
Well, credit Gula with a nice block on a corner. They run a flip-flop. What they do is they run a pick play on that wide side, Will, and Gula did a great job blocking.
Eli Gula. He's got 2 touchdown catches tonight and had one last week. Triple wide to the left. First down running, and there he is. That's a tough back right there, Dem Alexander.
Well, he's played 4 backs at that running back position. Wow.
So they cough it up on the good run by Alexander, and another turnover.
Well, once again, while we have a moment as we're Christian Brothers taking over from the turnover, he's used Cooper, Wheeler, Alexander, and Weinberg all tonight at that running back position, Will.
Let's take another look at that previous play, and Alexander's a big back. I mean, he can pack the leather, and he's triple teamed here, and they just strip it out.
All right, credit 41 with the strip out.
On first down, they try to go wide with Mercer, and it's strung out, and we see another penalty marker thrown. Face mask?
I think so.
This game is unraveling. Another downed player at midfield. Cramp City. That was a gain of 1. So make it 2nd and 9 when we do resume play from the 49-yard line of Pleasant Grove. Well, a virtual epidemic of leg cramping.
Well, perhaps.
The count is 6 in the conditioning department. 1 for Pleasant Grove, 5 for the visiting Falcons.
Well, Brothers is leading there. 5-1 in that category, and I thought we had a penalty here, Will.
2nd and 9. They must have picked it up. Whistles are going to blow this play dead.
He didn't look like he broke the plane on defense. Let's see what we got here.
Defense.
Yeah, he did, I guess. Once again, encroachment. I don't know how many encroachments we've had tonight, but quite a few.
Penalty number 13 against Pleasant Grove. So instead of 2nd and 9, make it 2nd and 4. He wants to throw over the middle. He's got a man. There's a catch and dropped inside the 10 on a touchdown saving tackle. Kachu with the stop. And that was a beautiful strike right there. Let's take another look.
That was an outstanding throw. Detling, the young sophomore. 2 were wide open. Number 7 was also wide open.
Jones, who's been hampered with cramps all night, made that grab. They run it, but they're inside the 10 now.
Well, he's inside. He's on the 1-yard line, it looks like.
Yes, he is. Second and goal from the 1. They get stacked at the line. Let's see how far they can.
Well, I'll tell you, that's great camera work, because if his motion was stopped, it was stopped on the 2. If they let him play, he did break the plane. The question is, why didn't they stop him on the 2?
That's a great question. Another fallen Falcon with leg cramps in the end zone. Well, that's a good question of why they didn't make the play at the 2-yard line. I was thinking that when we drove in past the orphanage earlier today. Let's take another look. Justin Douglas with the carry. He's stymied right there. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's got to be the beginning or the end. It can't be between. He was stopped approximately on the 2, and then they let the play continue, but now they bring it back.
Well, that's beyond my control. It's in the hands of Gregory Brown and his crew. Jones, 6 grabs for 76 yards to lead the Falcons in that department. Here we go from the goal line. Sneak, push, touchdown Falcons on a delayed signal. Devin Hall sneaks it in from the 1. And the Falcons are on the board.
Well, they look more energized in the last 2 drives with young sophomore Detling at the control, Will. They got a little more energy involved.
So 35-6, finally the Falcons get on the board. Jackson Ryan trying to tack on the PAT. As they're waiting for another player to come out onto the field. Now we have 11, huh? Okay. What? Well, this has been a wild one, I'll tell you.
Well, I think they, yeah. Amazing at the number versus last week versus this week in terms of penalties, huh?
Well, this is going to be an extra long PAT. Short field goal chip shot range. High snap. Blocked!
All right, let's look at this play here. Let's look at them back on the goal line. Watch the quarterback, Detling, taking the quarterback sneak in behind a good push. 6-0, finally, Christian Brothers on a scoreboard.
We'll be right back.
Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Okay, on the ensuing kickoff. So the Eagles back on offense. A grudging touchdown surrendered, but nice flare with the blocked PAT in defiance. 1st and 10. We're midway third here at the 6:34 mark from the 34-yard line. Valencia rolls, looks, and fires on the run. He's got an open receiver and a nice gain. A nice core of receivers. Trey Kennedy that time. 1st down, Eagles.
Well, they're wide open, number 20.
14 yards.
Trey Kennedy wide open once again. that linebackers and secondary playing very soft. Let's look at this again as he flushes the pocket. Valencia hits Trey Kennedy. A missed tackle, knocked out of bounds. All right.
Valencia wheeling and dealing, lobs the right sideline. Open receiver, couldn't make the grab. Jacob Kachu, one of the few things he hasn't done well tonight. He was turning and didn't quite look it in.
Well, that was a tough play to make. He got underthrown, and he did make a great attempt. And once again, as mentioned, Will, between Gula and Couchot and Kennedy and Vieira are outstanding receivers, as well as Laughlin Smith. They've got 5-6 outstanding receivers on this football
against the
team.
defense, results a first down.
Holding on the D, giving a first down for Pleasant. No, 2nd and 1. They're short a yard.
2nd and 1 from the 48.
Now they're moving the chains.
So call it a first down. Let's take a look at that. Long count on first down. Wow, almost got Kachu on that, but he got grabbed by one of those defenders, didn't he?
Very definitely. Very definitely was holding in the last 5 yards of the reception. The defender was beat, and he looked like he's just going to grab cloth to save a TD.
You know, Valencia has a nice variety of touch on his passes. He's thrown some real zingers, and he's thrown the lob ball very well.
Well, I'm very impressed with him tonight. On top of it all, he's very mobile, and he can extend plays with his legs, Will. He's showing me tonight that he, in fact, and I know that Coach Costa feels very strongly about it, but that he is one of the better quarterbacks in the area.
Penalty number 15 against Pleasant Grove. Replay first down. 1st and 15. Rolling, firing, dropped. Again, open receiver, incomplete. Kennedy with the bobble.
Well,
and you just saw a good demonstration of what you said about keeping things alive with his feet.
Well, yes, he does, and that's nice to have, because as a coach, you're calling plays, but something can occur in the middle of play, and this kid can adjust with it. Christian Brothers is once again, now they're in a 4-man front with rushing only 3. They seem to be dropping 7 or 8, but there is a lot of daylight between the receivers.
Yes, there is. Quick hitter, right sideline. Kachu with the grab, just shy of a first.
Well, once again, they're going to take what they give you. Let's look at it again. And Couchot is wide open once again. Ball is underthrown, really, but there's plenty of cushion. As the ball is snapped, you watch the corners go right here going into the pedal early.
Another bullet, first down and more on the shot to Trey Kennedy. Open season.
Well, what happened, Couchot ran a deep route and cleared it for Kennedy to go underneath. They can run that play all night. Watch Couchot lead the way, and Kennedy's wide open. Now Couchot will block for him.
Jones coming up strong to make the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. They run the football and they get stuffed. Wheeler tries to spin away but cannot.
Well, Wheeler is a powerhouse, but there was nowhere to go.
Clock rolling at the 5:20 mark, flip side of quarter number 3. Gain of 1 on the play. Bullet to the right sideline, same story. Wowee. What an effort that time. Couchot walking the tightrope along that sideline.
Man, I'll tell you, safety Miller was right there with him that time. Look at this, wide open. He runs that turn-in route.
Got away from Jones.
He can run that 5-7 yard turn-in.
1st and goal from the 6. No huddle offense has Christian Brothers scrambling. He rolls left, receivers everywhere. Fire into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. From 6 yards out. And another penalty marker tossed. And another fallen Christian Brothers Falcon. Well, roughing the passer is the idea here.
Well, if that's the case, the touchdown should count.
Being helped off the field is quarterback Nate Valencia on the roughing.
Well, I tell you, Coach Costa was out there in a hurry.
He got racked on that. I know the great concern there by Costa, certainly, and here's the call from Gregory Brown.
He's going to be all right. I'm watching him come.
Personal foul against the defense, and that player is ejected.
How about that?
Well, can we tell us about the touchdown?
Well, they're lining up for the PAT, so the TD is good on the 6-yard connection.
Hey, see Valencia going hard to the corner. He's got a wide open receiver there, and Kennedy in the corner.
Nice replay, guys. So Lauren Goodman might get an update on how Valencia is doing. So yeah, let's take another look at that. From the near sideline, rolling, looking, firing to the end zone, and Kennedy's just inside the back line.
Well, Kennedy was open from every angle.
I did not see, though, who was ejected for the roughing the passer. Thank you, Mr. Martin. That would be the Misio Vaya with the late hit. I thought I was moving in slow motion today. Gregory Brown, our game referee, explaining something at the goal line. I will not speculate. Bottom line is 41-6. Late third. Pleasant Grove is rolling.
Well, we're waiting for this to unravel here with our timeout there. Number 13, Valencia, who was injured in that, but I think he's going to be okay, is having a whale of a night. 17 for 23, 251 yards, 4 TDs. So that means he's got, right now, 10 touchdown passes in 2 games. Very impressive. But most of all, I like his total athleticism and his field presence, and very athletic. I think he's got all the ingredients of an outstanding quarterback.
Well, that's high praise coming from you, and certainly I agree. He'll be one to watch throughout the course of the season. Gregory Brown. Okay. Word from higher authority is the penalty will be assessed on the ensuing kickoff. O'Connor is quite a specimen, isn't he? 77.
Oh, my goodness. And he's going to fill out more. I mean, you know, we're just talking, he's a young pup at 6'7", 240. 2 years from now, probably be 275 to 280. And if they don't, they'll make him a tight end.
Goins for the PAT, big rush, gets it away and got it. At 4:53 of the third, PG scores again. We'll be right back.
Well, it didn't.
What?
Okay, we're ready for the kickoff, which is going to originate from the Christian Brothers 45-yard line after the penalty assessment. So you think Goins can reach the end zone? Right now, Christian Brothers shell-shocked, to be sure. Let's see what they've got left. Kickoff into the end zone, touchback. So Christian Brothers will open 1st and 10 from its 20 here with 4:53 to go in the third.
Well, getting back to that last drive by Pleasant Grove Eagles, Valencia rolling to the corner with a touchdown pass to number 20 Kennedy. They went 10 plays, 66 yards in a quick 1 minute and 41 seconds. On that, they scored quickly. Thank you, Rob Bempson, our statistician, doing a great job.
I have no explanation, Coach. Oh, I see. Thanks, Rob. A late hit, huh? Well, they moved the football to the Christian Brothers 35, first down. They try to go right and get snurfed.
Well, they're going with Horst again, number 40, nowhere to go. Looks like they're staying with the young sophomore, Devin Hall, getting his opportunity now to push for a position. And I know Devin can play a number of positions. And certainly a rough night for starting quarterback number 3, Jacob Stewart, and young Hall Detling getting a chance here. Devin Hall. Check that correction. Devin Hall.
Encroachment defense.
Well, at this rate, I've lost track of the penalties against Pleasant Grove, but I know we're into the teens. Second and 8 from the 37. Quick hit to the right side, complete for a short gain, near first down yardage. So Devin Hall getting his arm limbered up.
Well, I realize they're down by 36, but what they're doing with Hall is they're adjusting their offense to give this kid confidence, and he's throwing short and taking what the defense is giving him.
Well, let's see if he can cash in a first down. Has protection. Throws deep, has a man out there, dropped. That was on the money.
Yes.
That was on the money. Parker Spillicy with the drop.
Devin Hall throwing off his back foot. Showed me something there. That ball, as you said, Will, was right there. And they need plays like that to get in this ball game. Let's look at this.
I'd have to consider this a strike.
There's Devin Hall back, throwing off his back foot, going there, and unfortunately didn't get any help.
So they go on 4th and 3 here, trying to crank up something and sustain this drive. Loose football picked up, and that's going to end this possession, unless we have another penalty, of course. So the ball goes over at the 3:12 mark.
There's nowhere for Mercer to go. He picked up that loose ball there, but nowhere for him to go. And once again, Pleasant Grove Eagles take over. Let's see here. That will look like a healthy Valencia. Nathan coming back in the ball game and moving very nicely, which we like to see.
Oh, yeah. So they go from the far hash mark, overloaded to the left. Turn and fire. He's got a hookup out here in the flat. Turn the corner and go for more. Trey Kennedy.
Well, that was a backward pass almost. That could have been a live ball if he dropped it. Once again, Trey Kennedy, nice run after the catch.
Gain of 14, carries it to the 28-yard line. Less than 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Throw left. Short hookup. Kuche with the grab, but tackled immediately. Pretty good coverage out there.
Well, once again, he got help from a nice block from Max Lofren Smith. They run that pick play to the two receiver side, and it's beautiful. Their timing is just outstanding. He gets a block over there, and now he goes down and picks up, what, a couple of yards?
Avanti Lee with the tackle after the gain of 2. Nice stutter step. Quick feet right there. That was a beautiful job.
Well, Wheeler, he's a load. 210 pound, 5'9", he's a load.
That's a first down for the Eagles.
Out of all the backs I've seen tonight,
16 on the carry.
All the backs that I've seen in there, Weinberg, Alexander, Wheeler, Cooper, the one that impresses me most is Wheeler.
Fire left. He's just picking them apart with the short stuff until he decides to stretch out and go long.
Well,
Lofren Smith.
He's taking what the defense is giving him. And as we look at this again, watch where the corner is. And Trey is wide open.
First and goal from the 2. A power smash near the goal line. Valencia crosses the plane.
Somebody ought to blow a whistle here.
Hard to believe. Hard to believe.
We can get somebody hurt like that.
Let me call it anyway. Touchdown, Eagles. Short run by Valencia. I don't know, he's accounted for what, 6 or 7 touchdowns? 48-6 and counting. 1:20 left here in the third. Mason Goins has been busy in the PAT department and drills another one.
Okay, here it is. Where are the whistles? There's one touchdown. And shall I have another one here?
Hard to believe. The head of our officiating crew, referee Gregory Brown. We'll be right back.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Mason Goins. I've lost count of his kickoffs tonight, but he's been busy inside the 10-yard line. Here's the run back. Temper's getting a little hot right now. Christian Brothers has been drugged in tonight's game, and they're taking exception to that. Must be another penalty.
Well, while we're seeing what the penalty he has, that drive, which only took 2 minutes, 5 plays for 43 yards, 2 minutes. Their last 3 drives, Will, have been all 2 minutes and under, quick scores. It's amazing. Valencia, what a night. 19 for 25, 4 touchdown passes, and 2 more touchdowns rushing. And what a night, 260 yards.
I would say so. I think he earned his keep this evening. So, with 1:08 left here in the third, the officials have another conference. Well, it's been a grand night for Eagles fans. They turned out in great numbers tonight, and they're sure getting a show by their team. From the 26-yard line, mix it up. Little deception, a gaping hole up the middle, and a rare first down generated here by Christian Brothers.
Well, watch Mercer here go right up the middle here. Reed Mercer, big hole, and he picks up, looks like a good 15, moving the chains, first down Brothers.
From their own 40, less than a minute to go here in the third. Another big opening and another big gain and another first down. Well, those last 2 plays for Mercer, some of the best of the evening for the Falcons. Here's another look.
Well, he's a big guy, 6'2", 200 plus pounds, running right up the gut. There you see safety 14 saving the day.
From the 45-yard line, final 30 seconds of the quarter. Over the middle, incomplete. That was up for grabs.
Well, I like the looks of young Devin Hall here. He's showing poise in the pocket for a young sophomore. And it seems like their offense has got a little shot in the arm with him at the quarterback position right now.
I believe that. Definitely generated some positive energy and some production. Looks left, now he's flushed. Running out of room, throws back to the middle, incomplete.
Well, there, he had the sideline to his advantage. He just soon not forced the football. And he'll learn from this because he just could have got out of bounds, stopped the clock, and, you know, and he just second and long, and you don't want to force the ball while you're going out of bounds.
Short yardage run, and this could be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3. Pleasant Grove 49, Christian Brothers 6. We'll be right back.
What?
We have moved on to the fourth quarter here at Sheldon High School, and Pleasant Grove in their second outing is nearing the point production they had a week ago, right now sitting at 49. Third quarter possession, Coach. Pleasant Grove doubled Christian Brothers in that third quarter.
Well, yes, they dominated that in every way, on the field, in the statistics, and on the scoreboard. And I wondered if the officials even talked to the Christian Brothers staff about possibilities of running clock. Would have to be agreed by both head coaches.
So it's a 3rd and 8 from the 42-yard line. And I think they call that a penalty, another penalty, yes. Now they're showing a 4th down on the yard marker.
Well, once again, Coach Wiley on the far side. It may be 4th and about 12 or 13. He's going for it for sure.
Well, let's see what they do with it. Hall.
Screen is on. Well.
Incomplete, and the ball goes over. On downs.
Well, that's what I would assume have been. Both coaches have to agree to it, so looks like it's rolling.
It is a running clock.
It is. It's rolling.
That should hasten the duration of this fourth quarter, but right now, Pleasant Grove with a first down, and we got a new man at the helm for the Eagles. Big hole up the middle. Is that
looks like receiver?
Okawasa?
No, this looks like Jacob Couchot at the quarterback spot.
Okay, I'm in the running back there. That was a nice run.
It was. Cornerback Okawasa at that running back, and wide receiver Jacob Couchot at quarterback.
Short yardage run. I wouldn't be surprised if they just, it doesn't matter what play they call because the clock will roll. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from the 34. Run left, break a tackle, and make the sideline. Well, Jacob looks pretty comfortable.
Yes, he does. Once again, I'm seeing a lot of good athletes who play multiple positions. Look at the replay, and he seems right at home here. Switch the ball right to that outside hand. Take what they give you.
Third and 5 from the 31. Turn and give. Nice defense right there. 2 players bear hugged for a hit for a loss. slow getting up.
Well,
the big man.
The big man is right. Lotima Viami, all 350 pounds of them.
350. 4th and 7. He's going to throw, fires left, has a hookup, out of bounds, and here's a scuffle along that sideline. That was a nice grab right there by Bobby Blanford.
Well, number 81 here getting his chance. A lot of backup players. Take another look at that. Couchot showing poise, hitting him very easily on that sideline.
Cooper with the carry, angling right. Couchot doing a nice job running the show here.
Very
Mix and
nice.
match.
Very nice. They're going to use as much of the clock as they can, even though they're playing running clock.
Second and 5 from the 17-yard line. He looks right, now looks left, turns and runs it. Being chased hard, throws on the run. Touchdown, Eagle. Wow, Blanford with the catch.
Looked like Shane Bartholomew. Shane Bartholomew, 12, wide open in the corner.
What a celebration. On for the PAT, Mason Goins. Spot boot. Got it, and we'll take another look.
You see Couchot scrambling, pointing to the corner, goes right to the corner, and there he is, number 12, Shane Bartholomew.
Bartholomew, we'll be right back.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Kickoff upcoming from Mason Goins. He hits it hard, and it's going to die here inside the 10. Run back going to the far side. Strings out the entire field.
Well,
Brian Garrett.
Well, it was a nice necktie there by Elijah Gula. I'll tell you that, he's been tough all night.
Looking at the scoreboard, 56-6 is the exact score that Pleasant Grove won last week.
Yeah, if you take that drive this time with the Jacques Couchot at the helm at quarterback, a 4-minute 33 drive, 7 plays for 52 yards, culminated by that nice throw into the corner, and young Shane Bartholomew, young junior, getting a touchdown.
Well, they run the football on first down. A lot of hard hitting going on out there as the clock rolls at 6:19. Second and 8 from the 25. Inside run game gets a couple. Well, I would consider this a sobering setback for Christian Brothers. One that would certainly generate a concerted practice week coming up.
Well, oh yeah.
Run left, big hole, big daylight. Far sideline to the 50 to the 40, and strung out of bounds near the 30.
Young quarterback.
Longest gain of the night.
It is. Devin Hall. Like I said, here we take a look at that. As you see Devin Hall flush the pocket here, looking down the field, keep taking it and running the football. Showing good speed down that sideline.
34 yards on the play before he finally gets chased out of bounds there. On first down, short yardage run play. That was Cole Slagle on the chase out. So 2nd and 7, 4:40 and rolling. Christian Brothers trying to get into the end zone one more time. They run right, nice hole there. They make the 15 and a little bit more.
That's a good job in there by number 6, running real hard here, getting his chance. Justin Douglas.
Nice look here, good line opening. He hasn't even been touched yet. He rolls, flips. He's got a short little pass and a short gain.
That looked like a forward. Maybe was intended to be a lateral.
Second and 5 from the 10. High snap, he's up to get it. Short blast forward. Again, they go to Mercer. He's chased, reverses, dances to the goal line. Touchdown, Falcons. Nice run there. Excellent job, Devin Hall. Hall has contributed 40 yards rushing on this current drive and takes it in the remaining 6 yards. So now they're going to shift out of kick formation and go for the 2. They go wide and Jones cannot get in. So at the 2:09 mark, Christian Brothers on the board again. They can't get in for the PAT, so 56-12. Don't wander off. We'll be right back.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Well, Jackson Ryan's kickoff is going to carry it to the 5-yard line. And here comes Cooper. No, let me amend that. Let me amend that. Credit Ogawasa with the nice run back. And with 1:49 and rolling, they bring the football out after a 30-yard return, and they're going to place it at the 35-yard line.
It's knee time.
Yes, it is.
Knee time.
Okay. That's one. Well, this has been a major eye-opener for a lot of people tonight that may have anticipated this to be a close, high-scoring game. Half of that was correct. It was high-scoring by one team. And a new evaluation for Pleasant Grove. I wouldn't want to play him. Matt Costa has got the Eagles flying high.
Well, they sure have.
And that is going to do it. Game ball. And this game will end by a final count of 56-12 as the Eagles match their point production from a week ago. But Gregory Brown and his staff are still huddled on the field, and I have no explanation. The sportsmanship line is in progress. Quite a night here at Sheldon High School. What do you see, Jim?
Well, the student body's going crazy, and the faculty's trying to keep them off the field, and they're showing their appreciation of what the team did. So they came pouring out of the bleachers.
Yes, quite an exciting evening here. I think everybody in attendance believes that this program has turned a certain corner and they're headed to the next dimension.
Well, I'm glad to see this excitement and positive things happening here at Pleasant Grove, and I'm glad that Coach and his staff, Coach Matt Costa, doing the job with his staff. Look at them coming this way, very excited.
Excited is an understatement. This student body has rallied around Matt Costa's ball club and certainly in support in every fashion, and tonight's 56-12 victory backs up their opening round win of 56-6 in handy order, you might say. And you might think by what you see here on your television that they just won a championship of some kind. I don't think this kind of support and camaraderie and celebration is happening anywhere else around town.
Well, I'll tell you, from an old coach's standpoint, I love seeing this. It's showing the student body is really behind you.
Well, it's an ideal evening for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, like I was just reminded, Pleasant Grove is in the house, right? In the house.
No doubt about it. They're going to be tough to deal with from here on out. Stay with us. We got plenty to come on the post-game segment. Lauren will be chatting with our players of the game. Stay with us.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus. right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Selfie. Nailed it.
Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I'm Will. The verdict is in, and the decision is final here this evening at Sheldon High School, where tonight on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week, an overwhelming performance by host Pleasant Grove puts a 56-12 thumping on visiting Christian Brothers to now leave their mark for 2 consecutive weeks to open the season, and a far cry from last year's 0-10 season.
Well, they keep doing these things. Coach Costa and his staff have got to be very proud of that. You see them sitting in the end zone and hearing some words of wisdom. And what I like, you see Cushel, one of the players, talking to the team.
Number 25.
Yes, yes.
Senior leader.
Senior leader, and they're excited. You know, you go for 0-10 and to 2-0 right now.
2-0, averaging 56 a game.
Yes, and Delta League, here we come. We're coming back.
And, you know, that says a lot. They have been down for a while after having been one of the premier teams in the area for 8 or 9 years in a row. But this group here could return to that elevated status.
Well, we know it's a long way to go, Will. And believe me, that Delta is tough. But I'll say this, and we said it a week ago, the Delta is wide open. It's up for grabs. And they will show that they are a threat to take this league, and the other Delta League members better take a look.
They should, and they are, I'm quite sure. After this score gets circulated and hits the newspapers, I think that will gain some more attention. It might take 3 or 4 non-league wins to have Delta opponents, you know, raise their eyebrows and say, what's going on here?
Well, Christian Brothers is in the far corner there, and certainly Coach Wiley has got to say the right words there, because I'm sure they're very disappointed in their performance tonight. But as Coach is talking to them, he's telling we've got 8 more ball games to go, and we've got to get our heads up and work hard during the week and come back next week. And, you know, this game's over. But we need more effort and so forth, and I'm sure he's saying some positive things to this football team, a young football team, and watch them rebound next week.
We shall see. It is a young ball club, as you say, and Wiley's ability to make an impact in a practice week, to have them return to the playing field with their heads held high, you know, that's yet to be seen. So a challenge over there in Falcon Land.
Yeah, definitely a challenge.
And here, I'm quite sure Coach Costa is going to keep them working hard and try to, you know, take it one game at a time. That's the way his mindset is. He doesn't worry about things beyond his control. He keeps his players focused, and it has paid off. Well, momentarily, we're going to toss down to field level and join Lauren Goodman. She has 2 players whose special performances tonight drew our attention. And here's who we're talking about. Players of the game this evening. There you see number 10, Luke Jones of Christian Brothers, a tough senior leader, and Nathan Valencia, the quarterback of Pleasant Grove, who had perhaps his greatest game ever. Let's check in with Lauren Goodman and the 2 stars. Lauren?
Well, I'm down here with the 2 stars from tonight's game. First, for Christian Brothers, Luke Jones. You had a few injuries out there, but you played through them. How tough was it for you to get through those injuries and continue to finish the ball game?
It was pretty tough. I was cramping up, but I don't know. I just kept stretching it out. Told myself that you'll be all right. You got to keep going, even though we got killed a little bit. But you got to have some pride. So I definitely wanted to finish the game. But yeah, it was pretty hard.
Coach talked to me earlier this week about your leadership and how you've helped this young team. Talk to me about your leadership role and how you guys are going to build on tonight.
Honestly, we got to come out Tuesday, pick each other up. Me, myself as a leader, and the other seniors and juniors that are leaders as well. They need to pick up all the juniors and sophomores so that we can come out next week and beat Vanden.
You guys are going to play a tough ball game, like you said, in Vanden next week. And Coach talked about you guys focusing on your finish throughout the game, throughout the season. And with that goal in mind, how are you going to help this group finish out the season with your 8 games left?
Honestly, I have 8 games left. It's my senior year. We don't know if there's going to be a next year, so I just got to give everything I have, continue to be a leader, and just keep it going.
Well, you played really hard tonight. Thank you so much, Luke, for your time.
Thank you.
Now I'm here with the Eagles' hero. You came out tonight with a lot of energy. What was your focus coming into the ballgame?
My focus coming into the ballgame, it was the same as everyone else's. If we do our job 100% all the time, we're going to come up on top. And as it showed here, we can't control the game. And so we can only control what we're able to control, and that's our that's our effort on every play, whether it's you make a bad play, so what, you turn over the page, it's a new page. And so I feel like everyone did that. We had a couple rough drives when we'd get back, but, like I said, we'd able to turn the page, and then we'd able to march down the field and get points on the board.
I talked to Coach, too, this week about you and your leadership. Every play that you came off, whether it was a mistake or something happened with your squad, you went over and talked to each athlete individually, got in their ear and encouraged them. Like, how special is this group's bond?
It's amazing. I've been here all 4 years and gone through freshman to JV and the varsity. We've never been that close. Like, this is the first year I can tell that we're a family. And it shows a lot because as I'm able to be comfortable coming up and saying, hey, it's okay, you made a mistake. We'll get him next time. Hit him on the butt and then say, hey, let's go, turn the page. That's all we're trying to do is just keep everyone up. We don't want anyone to get too low or too high. We want to keep it level and then have, and if we do that and do our job, we win.
Now, I know a lot of teams have seen your scores and seen your stats individually. In the third quarter, you took a big hit, had a little shakeup, had a little injury, but you were fired up. Can you take me through that sideline talk and you guys kind of getting back into the run, which you actually ended up scoring a touchdown on the next play?
I'm not going to lie. I got hit pretty hard, and to be honest, I had no idea where I was at the time. I just knew I was on the ground. So I came up, coach is running on the field saying, what was that? I get up, trainer comes, he looks at my hand. I got a face mask to the hand when I was running. And so I came over, I was pumped up. I mean, if you get hit hard, I'm pretty sure everyone would be pumped up to, try and get him back. And so all my linemen came over and said, hey, dude, we got you, we got you, nothing, don't worry about it. You're our quarterback, we got your back no matter what. And so that really motivated me to get that one last drive, to get that one last score. So, and it worked. I was able to run it in on a QB snake, and then after that I was taken out of the game to rest.
Now, I know you guys have revamped the program and you guys have big goals this year. Just preparing these 2 games, how are you guys getting ready for the Delta?
We, like Coach Costa says, when in the weight room on Monday, we always say, we went 0-10 last year. We're preparing every week like they're the New England Patriots because as stats show that everyone does have a better record than us. And we're able to put the work in saying that, yes, we are going to play the New England Patriots. We have the mindset that we're going to go up against the best. And, we're able to do this. And, I keep saying that it's a team win. Every win, especially last week, it was a team win because we're able to come together.
Well, it seems like you guys are going on the right gear and the right foot. Thank you so much. You had a great game today. Good luck on the rest of the season. Well, Will, down here on the field, there is a lot going on. You saw the crowd kind of ambushing the field for a little bit. Very excited around here for the Eagles. I'm going to have Coach Costa step in right now.
I was about to say,
Coach,
where's the coach?
Very exciting ball game.
Yeah.
Very exciting team. Can you just talk to me about this group?
You know what? These kids we're a team. You know, there's not one individual out there that gets it done. These guys believe in each other, and that's what we focus on is the culture of our program and how we play football, fast and physical.
Well, you guys seem very excited. I got to see you guys in practice, and you guys carried over that same energy, and I talked to you about it, that energy. What is the difference in this group that you see from the prior years that you've been here?
The buy-in, for one, and, you know, at some point when you get a group that just is tired of getting kicked, eventually that dog starts to bite back, and that just happens to be this group.
You talked to me, too, about your players taking over the personality of the coaches. Throughout the game on the sideline, coaches are encouraging, being very positive, just reinforcing your overall goal, and then you see the players coming out and play. How proud are you as a coach?
Unbelievably proud. I mean, because that's what we want to get across. You know, we want our kids to be good humans other than just good football players. And, you know, it shows in the way that they act on and off the field. So,
Coach, now I know you're a very humble guy, and you guys came out and probably are going to wake up and surprise some people for sure after this win. How do you continue to keep the guys focused and in line with what your goals are for the season instead of getting too excited about what's actually going on in the moment?
Well, that's one of the things we talk about is once that moment's over, we got to move on to the next one, right? We got to have a moment plan, and that moment is the one that's waiting in front of us, right? So, you know, great win tonight. Tomorrow morning, it's all about Wood Creek in 2 weeks.
Coach, now your quarterback suffered an injury kind of in that third quarter, and you guys rested him out. How are you guys going to plan to get him back healthy? Obviously, he's the motor that kind of keeps you guys going.
Well, you know, it was a pretty bad contusion, right? Pretty bad bruise. We'll just, you know, we got 2 weeks to prepare for Wood Creek, so we'll just sit him out, get him rested up, and get him ready to go. He'll be fine by the time Wood Creek rolls around.
Well, Coach, your ball club looks very good. Great job on the win tonight, Coach. Good luck on the rest of the season. Will.
Okay, thank you very much. What I liked most about that interview was I didn't get any sense of grandiose euphoria from Matt Costa. No jubilation, certainly proud and happy to win this game, but he keeps it real and he keeps it level and within reason. And let's take a look at the final numbers presented here in our expert statistics. Rob, nice job.
Well, excellent job, Rob Bimson. Look at the rushing yards, 179 to 82. Passing yards, they triple it, 338 to 102. Total offense, once again, going over 500 yards. 2 successful games over 500 yards. In high school ball with that clock, that's a lot of yardage. Plus the fact that over 100 points went with it as well. First downs, 2014, it was 10-10 in first downs at the first half. And then penalties, cut back 99 to 57. Despite those 99, they still came off it. Turnovers 2-1. Time of possession relatively close, 21 minutes versus 18 minutes. But sum it up, they got a lot of weapons. They got a quarterback who makes it happen. He's very athletic. But I'm impressed with the whole ball club and the excitement of the fans. It kind of all comes together. And what's really good about when you come off an 0-10 season, you can come back and say, hey, let's put it on the line. And there's an old saying, you're as good as your last win.
Very true. And asking you now as the celebrated coach and quarterback guru, to what extent, especially in the second half, did Pleasant Grove's no-huddle offense decimate Christian Brothers?
Well, they did. They didn't give them a chance to regroup or adjust or get any subs in. Because with the no huddle, if you start to put a sub in, they'll call a play. So now you're with 12 men on the field. Now, if they continue to play soft on their corners, he's going to hit the comebacks and the quick look-ins and the slant ins and take what they give you. And they apparently gave him quite a bit. So believe me, Valencia really, really picked up on what the defense gave him.
He sure did, and he took it all. Well, next week, we want to tell you what's going on, a little bit out of the ordinary. In 2 weeks' time from Folsom High, the main event you've been waiting for and the one you do not want to miss. Coming in from Concord, the mighty De La Salle Spartans visiting the Folsom Bulldogs. That's in 2 weeks. Next week, a little bit of a surprise for you. Going to hold you in moderate suspense for next week's action. But on the 13th, circle that one in red. De La Salle coming in to play Folsom right here in our area. So that's the way it shakes out this evening in grand fashion. Pleasant Grove puts it all together for the second consecutive week and decimates Christian Brothers by a final count of 56-12 in an overall overwhelming performance that is setting the stage for the rest of their season. Want to thank everybody involved in our crew, a great crew. Game director, Mr. Gary Martin, back in the fold. And Scott Grayton, the AD here at Pleasant Grove, for taking care of us with our broadcast arrangements. So for Jim Domino, Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to the next occasion when we can get together. So long, everyone.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission.